students. So today we are discussing about what is the scope of war and what is the scope of operation research. There is a very great scope for economists. There is a very great scope for economists, statisticians, admins, fine, politicians, so there is great scope for many of the people who are economics, statisticians, admins, politicians, technicians in the field of war, in the field of operation research. So following are some various important fields where the scope of operation research has a very great extension. Right? So at first one, in agriculture. So let me tell you, the agriculture is the field where the government wants to invest more amount of money to uplift the agriculture. Fine. So here is one of the most dynamic field where you can explore the scope of war. That is optimum allocation of land to the various crops in accordance with the climatic conditions. So according to the climatic conditions, fine, optimum allocation of the land happens. For example, let us take chili. Chili is grown in Badi area part, that is Kulgore, Haveri and Badi area part. So maximum allocation of land is for chili only here. Fine. So what happens if you want to grow, for example, betel nut in Haveri or Kulgore or in any other place of North Karnataka, it is not possible because of the climatic conditions. So looking forward to the lands and climatic condition, we can allocate maximum land to get a good crop and good yield and good money. Fine. So optimum allocation, that is optimum allocation of land according to climatic condition. So what happens? The farmer decides in which season which crop has to be put into the land. So by using this scope of war, so we utilize maximum number of land, number of land to put a crop and get maximum yield according to the climatic condition. Whereas continuing with this one, optimum distribution of water resources. Optimum distribution of water resources. So let me tell you one thing, students, here. For some crops, it requires huge amount of water to grow, whereas for some crop, it requires very less amount of rain. For example, cotton. Cotton, it requires very less amount of water, whereas for rice, it requires very huge amount of water. So looking into the requirement, the optimum allocation of water resources can be organized using operation research. Whereas the second part is in finance. The reason why I have taken agriculture first is because the scope of agriculture, the Indian government is giving scope to the agriculture is huge. That's why I have taken agriculture in war, scope of war in agriculture as first, then comes finance. So whereas finance, to maximize the per capita income with minimum resources. So get maximum profit with minimum resources in finance. Find out profit plan. Find out profit plan. Whereas to determine best replacement. Policy, etc. So it doesn't mean that only these two things are dealt here or these three things are dealt in finance. It doesn't mean that. There are so many fields are here also, but we are giving only some of the points here. So in regards to finance, to get maximum profit with minimum resources, find out profit plan, what is the maximum profit plan, to determine best replacement policy. Fine. So let me rub this board here now. Next is third one, in industry. Coming to the industry, what is useful in industry to directly involve in optimum allocation of various limited resources. For example, so allocation of, let me write, allocation of minimum resources. So let us take a company. In company there is a machine which bends the iron sheets. There is only one machine, but lots of sheets are to be bended. How we can allocate? Fine. One more thing. Then men's means working men's. Fine. This can be allocated. So men's are very minimum, but we need to allocate. Men's are called as resources in industry because they are the resources, because they work. Fine. So with the minimum number of men's, how to allocate these men's in different departments of the company to get the work done. Fine. Men's, machines. Fine. Then materials. Then money, followed by time, etc. So let me explain more about this one. So how the scope of OR happens in industry. So we are opening a company, assume. So as we are new to the company, we want to invest less money. We want to invest less money. So less money investment means less number of working men's or women's. Then less number of machines. Then less material. So these are all resources are limited or minimum resources, but still using these minimum resources, how we can maximize our profit. So these all things can be dealt in operation research.